Hello, television family. We're back on this Wednesday, second day of October 2024. I am Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll start out with a little shop talk. As you undoubtedly know by now, we're under new ownership. They signed the deal Monday night. We found out yesterday, essentially, the company that owned this station, solely on broadcasting, sold to the company that owns the Wenatchee World, WIC Communications. So starting yesterday, we now work for WIC Communications. What does that mean? Are we going to be de facto partners with Wenatchee World? How's this whole thing going to work out? Well, I don't know. We don't know. We're still trying to digest and ingest all of the information from yesterday. We're going to continue to show up and do our jobs, though, television family. I saw a lot of people yesterday after the news broke, and they said, what's going to happen? And I said, I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, we got work to do. It is a little chilly out there, 48 degrees. The sun is coming up right now. It's a beautiful sunrise. It is going to be a very pleasant day today. A lot of wind on Friday and Friday afternoon and Friday night. If you're going to the the Cashmere Royal game in Cashmere on Friday night, it's going to be very windy as a rather vigorous cold front rolls through Friday. It'll be gone by the time you get up on Saturday. The weekend looks really nice. Basically pretty quiet and pretty benign today and tomorrow. Cold front Thursday night, all day Friday into Friday night, gone Saturday. Nice weekend. Forecast details are coming up. It's definitely feeling like autumn with the shorter days and the cooler temperatures. News, yes, a lot of crime news yesterday. Sports, it's a rivalry week, of course, between the Panthers and the Wildcats. They did volleyball and soccer last night, and a good night for the Panthers. We'll have highlights of the soccer match between Eastmont and Wenatchee, and of course the Bridges Sportsmanship game on Saturday night at Leeboff to field at the Apple Bowl. And speaking of sports, live in our studio, Austin Drade, the broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild, will be dropping by. They had an okay weekend. They're 2-1-1 so far, so yeah, the season's barely, they still haven't broken a sweat yet. They have two home games, so I'll do this weekend at the Town Toyota Center on Saturday and Sunday. Austin will be here live in the back half of the program, and here we go. We're still in the front half of the program. Sun is now officially up as of right now, 7:02. Sunset tonight, 6:37, 11 hours and 35 minutes of daylight. We continue to lose about 3 minutes and 20 seconds of daylight per day, and we'll continue to go in that direction from our Wenatchee Heights camera, and a gorgeous view there, as is the Lake Wenatchee camera. There you go. A few clouds up there, but nothing they can't handle. Beautiful day up there. I just love Lake Wenatchee. I've not spent nearly as much time up there as I need to. Got to get back up there. I really do. Beautiful. Good morning to Lake Wenatchee, and get golfing in at Kaler Glen while you can. They have a shorter season of golfing, of course, at Kaler Glen for obvious reasons. We liked the Omi Gardens camera so much yesterday. We're going to do it again today. Good morning to Rocky Reach Dam. Seems to be shaking a little bit. Of course, they hosted the Wenatchee River Salmon Festival a weekend or two ago. Very well attended. They've moved it to Rocky Reach Dam because, of course, they're completely remodeling and renovating the Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery, where it normally is. I think it's probably going to return there when it's all said and done. Good morning to Lake Antioch. And finally, up to Billy Goats. Supposed to be a fire up there, I'm told. I've been catching small bits of information up near the Gamble Sands Resort. I guess it is a little hazy up there, but I don't see anything, and there's a lot of real estate that we're looking at from our Billy Goat camera up above Pateris with Bridgeport. And the Gamble Sands Golf Course will be in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Again, maybe there is some smoke there. It's just so far away I can't quite make it out. The National Weather Service does something they call water years. Their water year goes from October 1st to September 30th. So it's 365 days. It's not a calendar year. And since September 30th has just come and gone, here is from Payne-Bohr Memorial Airport our water year summary. Again, this is from October 1st of last year to just Monday, a couple of days ago, September 30th. And as you can see, when it started, the water year, we were pretty much right where we should be. The red line is your 30-year average, and the green line is what we actually experienced during the water year, right up until about April or so, and then we dried out. We had a couple of days with some significant rain, but then we started getting on the wrong side of that curve, and look, that straight line all the way through June, a little bit in July. Just very, very, very little rain, as you can see there. 1.68 inches below our 30-year average, and that was just this last water year. We did the same thing the water year before that. But if you think this was dry, check out Ephrata. This is downright scary. Look at Ephrata's 2.16 inches in the rears. Now, Ephrata, just like Wenatchee, was pretty much where they were supposed to be for their annual precipitation until they got to late spring, early summer, and then it just dried out. Look at that long straight line, all of those days without any measurable precipitation at the Ephrata airport. So if you thought it was dry for us, Ephrata was bone dry during the water year, and yeah, we're off to a pretty quiet start as well. So I thought that would be interesting to show you the water year summary from both the Wenatchee and Ephrata Airport that just concluded on Monday. In the meantime, back to the forecast we go. Lots of sunshine, a little breezy, not too much. Wind kicked up a little bit yesterday afternoon, then it died down. 10 to 15 miles an hour. That's certainly handleable. 67 for the afternoon high. A little windy tonight, not much. 41 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, a lot of sunshine, high of 68. No wind on Thursday. No wind Thursday night. And then here comes this rather robust cold front. It'll be rolling in on Friday afternoon. We're going to see some clouds roll in. We're probably not going to get any rain, but we are going to get a lot of wind on Friday and Friday night. A lot of that wind is going to be relegated out to the Columbia Basin, but everybody's going to be dealing with some strong winds on Friday night. So I wanted to remind you of that, Friday afternoon and Friday night for that matter. And then we calm down to nothing. 70, 74, 78. Monday, beautiful weekend once we get there. Again, Friday afternoon, Friday night looks a little dicey. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will have your Wednesday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
It might be sunny now, but fall is in the air, and we've got you covered here on the NCW Life channel. If it's Wenatchee Panther football, volleyball, or girls soccer, we've got you covered. So tune in to your local TV station, the NCW Life channel, for Wenatchee Panther sports.
Coverage is presented by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, and Highlander Golf Course and Grill.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
It's true. Health Alliance and Assurance Northwest Medicare Advantage plans are terminating coverage, and they will no longer be available for you beginning January 1st, 2025. So you have 2 big options. 1, join one of the 2 new Medicare Advantage plans, WellCare or Humana. Or number 2 is go back to original Medicare and join a supplement and a Part D drug plan. But there's so much more to discuss here, so here are some suggestions to get you started. Go to our website or call your local Springwater Insurance office for more information.
Beautiful morning, a little cool, 48 degrees here in the big city. We'll be upper 60s today with a little bit of wind. Pretty quiet today and tomorrow, very active Friday night, and then a gorgeous weekend is on the way from Mother Nature's perspective anyway. 9 minutes after the hour, the second of 2 men involved in that fatal drive-by shooting a couple of years ago is going to serve 10 years in prison, but not for that crime. 25-year-old Benito Eduardo Lacia pleaded guilty on Monday in Chelan County Superior Court to charges of second-degree assault and residential burglary. He was arrested in April of 2022 in the shooting of 21-year-old David Vasquez, who died from a head wound after being shot in the 800 block of Methouse Street. Lucia's co-defendant, Andrew Francis Morrow, admitted to firing the fatal gunshots from a moving car. He was sentenced last year to 40 years in prison. Lucia pleaded guilty to entering an East Wenatchee home while he and Morrow were on the lam, as well as to a stabbing attack on a corrections officer while he was awaiting trial in Chelan County Jail. Judge Travis Brandt handed down Lucia's sentence of 120 months in prison. The case of an East Wenatchee man accused of murdering his partner and leaving her 4-year-old child alone with her body may not go to trial as expected next week. Ashton Bunting Jr. is scheduled to stand trial in Douglas County Superior Court beginning October 9th in the killing of Cynthia Ring. Cynthia Ring's body was found June 11th in the apartment she shared with Bunting and her son. Police discovered the boy in the locked apartment when they were called to check in on Cynthia's welfare. They found her body locked in a rear bedroom. Bunting left the state, was later apprehended in Ohio. Attorneys say more time may be needed to prepare the case, and the current 3-day trial schedule may not be long enough. At a hearing planned for tomorrow, Judge Brian Huber is likely to decide whether to set a new trial extending over a 5-day period. 7 East Wenatchee businesses have passed the test when it comes to selling tobacco and vape products to minors. The East Wenatchee Police Department recently conducted compliance checks at all 7 after receiving multiple complaints that minors were buying prohibited products. Under Washington state law, the selling of tobacco or vape products to a minor is a gross misdemeanor. The compliance checks were conducted using a confidential underage informant, and East Wenatchee Police Chief Rick Johnson was pleased to discover that none of the businesses would sell products to the informant. The businesses that successfully passed the check: Get Right, 7-Eleven, Cigarettes Cheaper, Discount Tobacco and Beverage, Kanzaman Tobacco and Gift Shop, Tony's Market, and the Circle K. During last week's City Council meeting, Wenatchee Mayor Mike Poyer proclaimed October 5th as Wenatchee Foothills Day. The proclamation was passed to celebrate the wildlife, habitat, and recreation of our local trails. On Saturday, the Chelan Douglas Land Trust will be hosting Foothills Fest. It's a celebration of Wenatchee Foothills Day. It'll be from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Saddle Rock. There'll be free tacos and music.
Okay, we have one presentation tonight. And Councilmember Rosine.
Yes, proclamation. Wenatchee Foothills Day Proclamation. Whereas nearly 15 years ago, the residents of Wenatchee Valley, the City of Wenatchee, the Chelan Douglas Land Trust, along with many nonprofit organizations, civic groups, and conservation funders, united to raise awareness, secure funding, and work toward the permanent preservation of the cherished Wenatchee foothills. Whereas this collective effort continues today, actively protecting natural habitats for native plants and wildlife, providing public access for all to enjoy, and responsibly stewarding and managing the lands already preserved. Whereas thanks to the vision and dedication of those past and present who have worked to protect the Wenatchee foothills, these lands will remain accessible for generations to come, welcoming all children, hikers, mountain bikers, equestrians, nature lovers, and visitors alike to experience these natural lands for their breathtaking beauty while enjoying a sense of connection to the land, personal respite and renewal, and appreciation for nature and opportunities for recreation, play, and exercise. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Mike Poyer, Mayor of Wenatchee, do hereby proclaim October 5th, 2024 as Wenatchee Foothills Day throughout the Wenatchee Valley and encourage all residents of all ages to celebrate the Wenatchee Foothills at Foothills Fest at Saddle Rock Natural Area on October 5th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. In witness whereof, I have caused the seal of the City of Wenatchee to be fixed on this 26th day of September 2024. Mike Poyer, Mayor.
Do we have Chelan Douglas Land Trust? Angela. Thank you.
So, I would like to invite all the city council. The mayor is going to be there that day on October 5th, hooray, and all the public to come and help us recognize the many years of partnership that the Chelan Douglas Land Trust and the city and many other partners have come together to protect our precious foothills, and also celebrate the fact that we have this awesome place to go for kids, for visitors, and it's really, really a treasure. And it's something we should all be proud of, and it's time to celebrate it. So, October 5th.
And we wouldn't have this without this great collaboration.
We would not have it without the partnership. We're especially pleased to be here with the city. The Land Trust considers the city to be one of our best partners, and thank you to the mayor. Thank you to Dave Erickson, too, who has worked really tirelessly for years on many projects that we've done up in the foothills.
Let's ask Mr. Erickson to come up.
Yeah, please.
I know he doesn't want to,
I
that's why
know.
I want to ask him. Because it is all the hard work. Yeah. No. Okay. No. I'm going to let you handle it. Okay? Here, I'll take the microphone.
Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.
And a quick traffic note, this Friday, one block of Wenatchee Avenue from Orondo to Yakima will be closed for the Wenatchee Downtown Association's Wenatchee First Fridays event. The street will be closed from 5:30 to 10 o'clock. On Friday, attendees can enjoy a concert in Centennial Park. There'll be food and drinks and beer, a beer garden provided by Pinnacle Beer Works, but I'm working. I'll be in Cashmere at the football game. That's the news at 16 minutes after the hour. And if you know something out there, if you think something out there is newsworthy, get a hold of us. Send us an email, news@ncwlife.com, news@ncwlife.com. And who knows, you may see the story that you planted the seed on the evening news at 5, 6, and 10. 5, 6, and 10, the NCW Life Evening News. And of course, it'll be up and running on our Facebook page, our homepage, and our YouTube page. Sports, there's quite a bit of it, as a matter of fact, for a Wednesday. I'll let you know in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Want to stay up to date on the latest news in the area? Tired of paying for your news? Download the NCW Life app now. No subscriptions necessary. Get news, weather, sports, and more live as it happens. Available for iPhone and Android in the App Store. Local news at your fingertips. Don't miss the stories that matter to you. Stay connected. Download the NCW Life app now.
At Abby's, it's kind of simple. We're not rocket scientists. We just make great pizza. When you're ready for traditional values, time with your family, and a great meal, you're invited to Abby's. Order at abbys.com. Our family is here for your family. It's fall. Want a great value that doesn't involve pumpkin spice? Try Abby's Barbecue Chicken Pizza. Save and enjoy a pizza with loads of quality toppings to the edge. Your taste buds and your wallet will thank you. Enjoy Abby's October special at a very special price.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
We begin sports with my favorite event of all, postseason baseball, and a few with the visiting team. You had a good day yesterday. Only the Padres defended their home turf. They beat the Braves in the nightcap 4-0. In the meantime, Tigers won at Houston. Kansas City won at Baltimore, and the Mets won at the Brewers. Now, keep in mind, the wild card round is just best of 3, so all of these 4 series could all end today. Here is your Major League Baseball playoff schedule today. If you watch every game, it'll be about 8 hours commitment and about 1,200 pitches or so. Tigers and Astros will get going at 11:32 on ABC. That'll be followed by the Royals and the Orioles at 1:38 on ESPN. That'll be followed by the Mets and the Brewers at 4:38 on ESPN, and then an hour later, roughly, the Braves and the Padres on ESPN2. And again, it's just a best-of-3 series, so it could actually end today, but I hope it doesn't. That would suck, because I love the Major League Baseball playoffs. The Pac-12 Conference continues to reshuffle as it looks towards the future. It adds Gonzaga. This was a bit of a surprise. The conference announcing yesterday that the Bulldogs will join the Pac-12 in July of 2026. Of course, what they really want is Gonzaga's basketball program, both the men's and the ladies. They're really good with the national brand. Gonzaga joins the Pac-12 alongside Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, Oregon State, San Diego State, Utah State, and Washington State. And according to an article on ESPN.com, the Pac-12 has also been in conversations with Grand Canyon University and St. Mary's about possibly joining the conference as basketball members. Well, the Wenatchee Panther girls soccer team improved to 5-0 in Big 9 play, 8-1 overall. They beat Eastmont last night 3-0. At leap off the field at the Apple Bowl, Logan Gross-Didier, Zaylee Stegman, and Annie Dedamore were the goal scorers for the Panthers. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen had the call right here on the NCW Life Channel.
I don't think I've seen something like that happen. It wasn't out of an injury, and it was a...
Gross-Didier shot across. Rejected back to Gross-Didier inside the box. Shot across. Tap it in. Go, 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 go. Wenatchee takes the lead. Zaylee Stegman, 23 minutes, 23 seconds left. Free kick for Wenatchee. The long ball that time. Is she onside? Referee says yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How quickly things change here at the Apple Bowl. Annie Dedamore, by my call, by my estimation, in the 20th minute. Gross-Didier, the shot. Oh my goodness! Masterful stroke puts Wenatchee ahead 3-0. Logan Gross-Didier. 10 minutes of the second half, and if we could see that on the replay, there it is. Let's see that right-footed touch. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 25 yards out. Beautiful shot.
That is skill. And there's the whistle that tells us that this goes into the books with a 3-0 victory for Wenatchee over Eastmont.
I think since we're just rivals, we've always looked at them like, oh, they're our best competition we have here. So it's just motivating us for the rest of the season. It really puts us in a good spot for the rest of the season. I feel like just pushes us more.
Now, Eastmont has had a difficult year, but they started out putting a lot of pressure. They started out wanting to set the tempo. How did you guys respond to that?
I think just settling the ball, playing our game, connecting through our midfield, and just making sure that we have each other's backs and just keeping it our game and not playing to their pace.
Well, as a former Wenatchee High School athlete, it's always pretty sweet to beat Eastmont, not going to lie. So I get nervous for every game. I tell the girls I think I'm the most nervous out of anybody in the whole stadium, but it's because I love to win, so I love to celebrate these wins. We don't always expect them, but we definitely celebrate them. They're nice when we get them, so yeah.
Now, what about Eastmont gave you trouble today?
Oh, it's just a rivalry. You know, I told the girls the first 10 minutes it's going to be chaotic. It is every year. You know, like I said before, with a young class, just the atmosphere, you know, you got mom, grandma, aunt, uncle watching, and then you also have players that you know on the other side of the field. So it's kind of an adrenaline rush, and the first 10 minutes it's chaos, and then after that I think they settled in, and I think we kind of dominated the last 3/4 of the game. So.
And other soccer scores from the CWAC, the Central Washington Athletic Conference. Quincy knocked off Ephrata 2-1. It was Othello shutting out Toppenish 1-0. Sela just got by East Valley and Prosser. No problems with Grandview 5-1. Other prep soccer scores from yesterday. Cascade over Pateros in a non-leaguer 3-1. Chelan defeated Bridgeport 2-1. To the pitch in Liberty Bell, where Omak knocked off Liberty Bell 2-0. Okanagan shut out Lake Roosevelt 6-0. Brewster over Oroville 10-0. And Tenasket just snuck by Manson 3-0. In volleyball, it was a clean sweep for the Wenatchee Panthers. Eastmont gave them a pretty good run, But the Panthers remain undefeated in league play. They swept Eastmont 25-14, 25-20, and 25-18, so it was a good night for the women's athletic department at Wenatchee High School. Moses Lake took care of Eisenhower. It took 4 sets. They lost the first set, 22-25. Then Moses Lake came back to win 25-19, 25-14, and 25-19. West Valley swept Sunnyside, and in a non-leaguer, Davis swept Prosser. In CWAC girls volleyball, sweeps all day. Grandview, Ephrata, Ellensburg, and Sela. None of those dropped a set in their victories. Also in prep volleyball, Chelan shut out Cascade in a Caribou Trail League match, 3-0. Omak over Lake Roosevelt, 3-0. Tenasket, 3-0 over Colville. Brewster did sneak out a set, but it wasn't enough. Okanagan got the better of them, 3-0. Mansion set out Bridgeport. Football Friday. It's going back to Kashmir. We're looking forward to this. The Bulldogs are 9th ranked in the WIAA-RPI Index. Royal is ranked 5th. We will be in Kashmir. It's going to be windy and cold, but we don't care. Go to the game. If you can't make it or you don't want to deal with the crowds, we'll have it for you right here in high-definition television and stereophonic sound with Eric Granstrom and Grant Olson. Pre-game at 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock. That's Friday night, and then Saturday, we're back at it for the 57th meeting all-time between Wenatchee and Eastmont for the Bridge of Sportsmanship game. At leave off the field at the Apple Bowl, Eastmont has been dominating this series lately. We'll see what happens. It's an early kickoff, 5:30 pregame, 6 o'clock kickoff. Eric and Paul Collard with the call on Saturday night. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 26 minutes after the hour. Obscure holiday, there are 6 of them. National Produce Misting Day. That's the thing that over the produce section of your grocery store. They actually have a holiday. It's National Custodial Workers Recognition Day. It's National Fried Scallops Day. It's National Walk to School Day. It's National Coffee with a Cop Day. It's National Kale Day. Kale. Love it. No, today is National Name Your Car Day, so that's my car. Here's my very first car. Yep. 63 Buick LeSabre. That was my first car back in high school. Her name was Mabel. I don't know why. As you can see, it's a big old boat, and it's a 63 Buick LeSabre, for crying out loud. Ignore the beer in the back trunk there. The statute of limitations has run out because this photo is about 42 or 43 years old, so I'm good to go there. Anyway, National Name Your Car. If your car doesn't have a name, give it a name. Most people take the license plate number and they make something up. But you can do whatever you want. There's my car, Mabel. I wish I still had her. A lot of great memories in that car. Some of them even legal. National Name Your Car Day. It's 28 minutes after the hour. Today in history, October 2nd, 1919, Edith Galt Wilson essentially became the President of the United States. Woodrow Wilson, the president, suffers a stroke, a big stroke, on October 2nd, 1919, so it left him paralyzed and bedridden. His wife, Edith, essentially took over the executive branch of government. Only Edith and Wilson's personal physician, Dr. Carrie Grayson, were allowed to see the president in person. She decided what speeches to deliver. We couldn't deliver any speeches. What speeches to write, what papers to sign, who to see, who not to see. She essentially, for the last year and a half of Woodrow Wilson's presidency, was the President of the United States. Now we have the 25th Amendment, and if something like this happened, the 25th Amendment would be invoked and Wilson would be removed. But he wasn't. He had a stroke 105 years ago today. Happy 74th birthday to Peanuts. There it is, the very first Peanuts cartoon by Charles M. Schulz is published. He didn't like the name Peanuts. It was his publisher's idea to name the comic strip Peanuts. Didn't much care for it, but he went ahead and went along because they wrote the check. Peanuts is the most popular and influential comic strip of all time. When it was all said and done, 17,897 Peanuts comic strips were published, and the first one hit the newspapers October 2nd, 1950. Say goodbye to the late lamented Seattle Pilots. It's all over. 55 years ago today, October 2nd, 1969, the Seattle Pilots played their last game. They lost to the A's 3-1 at Six Stadium. in Seattle. 5,473 were on hand. The rumors had already started. They knew they were in financial difficulties. It was not a good year for Seattle Pilots baseball. They declared bankruptcy. Bud Selig would buy the team and move them till Milwaukee in the spring of the next year. The one and only year for the Seattle Pilots came to an end on this date 55 years ago today. 54 years ago today, October 2nd, 1970. The Wichita State Shockers football team was flying from Wichita to Logan, Utah to take on Utah State, and one of the two aircraft carrying the Wichita State Shockers football team crashes. The two aircrafts were dubbed Gold and Black because that was their school colors, gold and black. The Gold airline carried the starting lineup, the head coaches, the athletic director, the wives, the administrators, boosters, family, that kind of stuff. The Black plane transported reserve players, gear, assistant coaches, support personnel. The Black plane used the original flight plan. That was a designated airway that allowed airplanes enough time to gain the altitude needed to get over the top of the Rocky Mountains. The pilot of the Gold plane, that was the plane that had the starting lineup and the coaches, it took the scenic route, and unfortunately, the pilot did not have enough altitude to clear the Rocky Mountains. It flew into the side of a mountain, and when it was all said and done, 31 people were killed. And finally, 46 years ago today, a memory I still have to this day. In fact, I'll fill you in on exactly how I partook to watching this game, because it was a school day, it was a Monday. But the Yankees defeat the Red Sox 5-4 at Fenway Park to win the American League East after being down 14 games. There were 14 games out of first place just 6 weeks earlier. They came all the way back. They had to do a one-game playoff. And, well, here's Bucky Dent's home run.
Deep to left. Yastrzemski will not get it. It's a home run. A three-run home run for Bucky Dent. The Yankees now lead it by a score of 3-2. Bucky Dent has just hit his fifth home run of the year into the screen. And look at that Yankee bench, led by Bob Lemon. Big Cliff Johnson out there. And a happy Bucky Dent. Yankees now lead 3-2.
And birthdays, Mahatma Gandhi. This is a national holiday, by the way, in India, because he was the one who finally got Great Britain to say, let my people go. We're India. We're 600 million people. We don't need to be ruled by the Queen of England. And he pulled it off. The freedom fighter, the activist, the philosopher, nonviolent civil disobedience. And what happens if you're into nonviolent civil disobedience? You're going to be assassinated. And that's what happened to Mahatma Gandhi, who was born in the state in 1869, but his teachings live on. Groucho Marx, the most famous of the Marx brothers. There were 6 of them. After the Marx brothers disbanded, after making all those great movies, and Night at the Opera and Animal, all those funny movies, Groucho Marx went on to a highly successful career in television. On game shows and talk shows, Groucho Marx, born in the state in 1890, died in 1977 at the age of 86. And happy birthday to Gordon Matthew Thomas Sumner. Hi, Gordy. How are you? You may know him as Sting. He is 73 years old today. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Here we are now. We're in the shoulder season. You're probably pretty much done with your air conditioner. Now it's time for the heater. Is your heater ready to go in your HVAC system? You better make sure. Give Alpine Air a call. They might say, hey, let's give it a quick tune-up so that way when it gets really cold in January and February, your heater can handle the serious cold. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Coming up, an opinion from my Mad Dog McNaughty, and then right here live in this studio, the voice of the Wenatchee Wild, Austin Drade. We'll talk about the season so far and preview the weekend series. They got 2 home games this weekend. Austin Drade, when we come back, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Another fall sports season is upon us. Yes, we'll be talking about Eastmont football, but also volleyball and girls soccer. Be sure and join us for the Eastmont Wildcats all season long right here on the NCW Life channel, your local TV station.
Coverage is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Together for Youth, and Valley Tractor. Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from less.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Hey, this is Mike, Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I believe, for what it's worth, that life begins at conception, and that aborting a fetus is killing it. That being said, I still consider that there are some circumstances, such as rape and incest, that are viable, ethical justifications for abortion. But my personal opinion, and yours, really doesn't matter, because even if abortion was outlawed universally, those with the means and the influence, many of those folks, let's not kid ourselves, who no doubt would tell you that they oppose abortion, these folks would still be able to obtain one. And if they can, everyone should be able to. This is Mike, Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure, on NCW Life. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCW Life channel.
My name's Nick Dirk, and I've been a cinematographer-photographer for over 10 years. I got my start at the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. Without the Tech Center, I wouldn't have got my first job in media production 3 months after I graduated high school.
My name is Charlie Voris, and I own Vortex Productions. My work has taken me on exciting adventures all around the world, and I got my start at Wenatchee Valley Tech.
Hey, my name is Ole Mingo, and I'm the Executive Director at Heirloom Creatives in Wenatchee. I am so thankful for Wenatchee Valley Tech to be able to have my dream career.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Whether you're building from the ground up or transforming your space with a custom remodel, One Way Construction is your trusted partner in creating a home that's uniquely yours. Your dream home is just a call away. Schedule your free consultation, and let's build something amazing together.
All right, we are back here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's my good buddy Austin Drade, the broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild. We are just 4 games in, so 64 more games to go. So still kind of feeling our oats, figuring out the line changes, who goes where do I sleep at night with billet families, that kind of stuff. So a lot of new guys probably trying to figure out how to get around town, right, Austin?
There are a few guys, but I think everybody's been settled in here pretty well. Everybody's been here about a month now, so I think even the new guys are pretty well settled in at this point. There's probably still some adjusting you're going to have to do, but I think most of the guys are pretty well locked in now.
Do the guys, when they have free time, and who's kidding you, they don't have a lot of free time between practicing and studying. A lot of these guys are going to school and road trips and whatever. But when they have free time, have any of them gone to you and said, what is there to do? What's cool around here? I'm new to town. What do you tell them?
I don't get a lot of those questions from the guys. I think the guys do a pretty good job of finding ways to get together and see the place on their own. We do keep the guys pretty busy with getting out and making some public appearances. The guys go out every Tuesday to some of the schools and meet with the kids. And some of the younger guys, they do their studying, they do their schoolwork during the afternoon while the older guys are out. So a lot of them are helping out with our Learn to Play programs back at the arena during the evenings. But you're right, we keep the guys pretty busy, but they do a pretty good job on their own of getting together. I think they get a lot of help from the older guys, too.
And it should be pointed out, because we did the interview with one of the billet families, there was a group of guys last year, like 7 or 8 of them. They all watched the same reality show, and they all did it together at this billet family. They had like a big screen TV in their den or something. Can't remember the show, The Bachelor or something like that.
Sounds right.
Yeah, and they would get together and do that. Not a bad weekend. Right now, as we sit after 4 games, the Wild are 2-1-1. They have 5 points. They're 3rd in the Western Conference. They beat Prince George, though, on Sunday afternoon at the Town Hill Center, 4-2. We're going to roll highlights. What I'm going to ask Austin to do is to use the monitor here in the studio. You folks at home, please use your televisions.
No, it was great to see the guys knock off a Western Conference front runner on Sunday. Pass up top. I think he's going right. I'm telling you, he's going right. I told you he was going to go right. It's Reed Andreessen with first goal of his season and the first goal for him in a Wenatchee Wild uniform with a rip and a tally for the Wild. Just 3 minutes and change into the first period. Wild had a tough couple of games on the power play, but this time the Wild put that power play on full display. This one comes in a 5-on-3 early in the game. More on that in a moment. Chance in front for Prince George, though, and a second opportunity. That one gets put away. 5:25 into the game, and that ties the game up at 1 apiece. We'll take another look at it here in just a sec as Prince George goes flying by, but this one will come over to the near side, kind of pinballing around in front, and right down the chute to tie this one up. On the 5-on-4 now. Over to the right wing, Evan Friesen. That one blocked. Kenta Iso guy says, I got you covered. Bangs in the rebound, and the Wild on another power play goal. They were 2 for 3 on the power play in the first period, and that one puts Wenatchee back in front going to the second. They were also in front going to the third. Plenty of saves in the second period, but no scoring. Where does it go? There it is. Kenta finds it, and Lucas Sherbina doing a good job of screening in front. No scoring in the second period, but Daniel Hauser is going to take care of the work. 34 saves during the contest, and take a look at this one, stretching out to the left side and keeping another one out of
You'll take 34 for 36 any day of the week, won't you?
Oh, any day of the week, and it usually results in a win. Check this one out from the right point. Evan Friesen's going to get the worst of this one, but sprawling over to his right. If Evan hadn't taken that one, Daniel Hauser would have gotten another fantastic save. We'll go to the third period with 12 minutes to go, and Ashton Brown with a face guard and fired. Throws it on anyway, beats a defender right in his grill and the man in the iron mask to make this one a 3-1 game. The Wild would need that one because Prince George would come back and make this one a 1-goal game a little bit later on, but not before. This one off the post and cleared out of play. Another save for Hauser, another help from the post, and a lot of help from his teammates. But Prince George, right at the end of a power play, throws it on from up top, gets some help in front, and makes this one a 1-goal game. Not too much air out of the building, though, because the Wild, you knew they had this one covered. Stolen right at the blue line. throw this one up top to you. Oh, excuse me, I'll take that. Thank you. Kalen Jodry, bye-bye. Last goal of the night, 4-2 victory for the Wild as he throws that one in the back of the net. Another goal for Kalen Jodry. He had 2 last year, and he already has 2 this season. We got a long way to go. Check that one out. Has a spot all picked out and hits it, and we'll let the crowd take you the rest of the way. 4-2 win for the Wenatchee Wild. Second one of the season.
Oh, that's Peter Frampton.
Points in 3 out of 4.
Yeah,
for the season.
All in all, a pretty good weekend. We lost in overtime, and we had a regulation loss, a loss in overtime, and then the victory against Prince George on Sunday, and a good one at that. Veterans came through early, and that's what you need this time of the year while the new guys are still filling their oats. It's the veterans who need to come through in the early stages of the season to not only show the way, but to score the goals and show people what the Wild way. You saw that with Asa Guy, you saw that with Mr. Hauser, and that's exactly what they did on Sunday.
Absolutely, and the leading scorer for the team right now, Maddox McHaggard, he's got 4 goals. But I think a lot of people forget he's kind of a veteran for us, too. He's played a couple of years in the Western Hockey League now, starting his first full season with us after the midseason trade with Swift Current last year. But we saw him a little bit in the BCHL. We knew what he was going to be capable of when he came back to the Western Hockey League, and I think he was maybe the steal of the deal when we made the move with Swift Current last year, and we picked up 3 really good players. But he's thrown the bulk of the scoring in from the group we got.
Is this where Bliss's significant number of personnel moves that were made, as you remember back in January? We gave up some serious talent, but we needed to because we we had nothing on the shelf. Bliss pulled the trigger because he had to. And is this now? Are we going to start seeing this start paying off now?
I think we've already started seeing it pay off. But now that the guys are in their second season with us, if you include the half season last year, I think you're really going to start seeing these guys step it up this year. We've got a couple of 06s out of the deal, which makes this their 18-year-old season. We've got an 05 there in Sam Ward. It's his 19-year-old season. So these guys are old enough, they're experienced enough, I think, to really be that impact-making group. Once you hit 18, 19 years old, that's when you're expected to make your impact on your Western Hockey League team, and I think these guys are in a position now to do that.
We're only 4 games into the season. It's kind of hard to draw any kind of conclusions, but after 4 games of the season, draw some conclusions.
Well, I think the guys are off to a good start. Obviously, there are still some things to be cleaned up right now. Just some turnovers at inopportune times. Plays that don't get completed, passes that don't get completed, guys that aren't in the right spots to go to make a pass from A to B, that sort of thing. And that's the process of putting the team together, getting the guys to find some chemistry with each other, and learning how to continue winning hockey games. So I think the guys are off to a good start. There's certainly some things that they're cleaning up right now, but they're off to a pretty good start, I'd say.
They are off to a pretty good start. I agree with you 100%. And they've been in every game. They've been deep into the third period of every game they've played so far. Again, it's only been 4, but they haven't been blown out.
Exactly. The guys, even when they're down 4-1 against Spokane, you're down 3 goals in the third period. It's easy to fold up the tent and kind of skate out the clock and put it away, and we'll worry about tomorrow night. But no, the guys fought back. They had a lot of 3-goal comebacks last year. Some of them they were able to finish them off for wins. And I think the guys, you talk about the veterans, I'm sure the veterans were mentioning to the younger guys, hey, we did this plenty last year. We can do it again. Let's go out and finish this one off. They got it down to 4-3 on Friday, and Spokane was able to ice it late with a couple of goals. But this is a group with a lot of grit. They're not out of a game.
Victoria's in town Saturday. Kamloops on Sunday. It's one side of the coin and then the other, because Victoria's in first place in the Western Conference and Kamloops is in the basement or close to it. Let's start with Victoria. The Royals will be in town on Saturday. Talk about the Royals, how one goes about scouting a team that's also only played 4 or 5 games. Talk about Victoria.
I think right now, scouting a team that hasn't played a lot of games, there are things you can kind of pick up with just the style that they're going to play and what they want to go for. But I think right now it's more about worrying about your style, figuring out how your team is playing right now. figuring out some line combinations with some injuries. We've had some guys dinged up early in the season, some guys out of the lineup right now. But you look at what Victoria's got right now, Cole Reshney right at the top of the lineup again with their scoring. They just got Justin Kipke back from Utah, so he's taken over their captaincy role right away. He'll be stepping into the lineup here soon. So it's a group that brings a lot of firepower. They've got some good talent at the top of the lineup, and they're doing it without having produced a lot yet on the power play. So once they get the special teams to where they want them, they'll be an especially potent group. We got to make sure we shut that down here this weekend.
Victoria Royals on Saturday. It is, what's the promotion on Saturday?
This will be Healthcare Workers Night, presented by CVCH. So all the healthcare workers in the valley. It doesn't matter whether you're working for CVCH or Confluence. You're a dentist. You're a chiropractor in the area. Your identification as a healthcare worker of whatever thread or fabric of the healthcare field that you're from, that'll get you a discounted ticket into the game. And it's also another Kids In Free night, so CVCH has made 100 free kids tickets available for this one. You can get those through the box office or through our office or over the phone.
I'm going to take advantage of that. I am on Saturday. I'm an MD. I'm a manic depressive, is what that means.
I was going to say a master of, and then I'm thinking of a television word that starts with B, and it's not coming to.
Kamloops Rockets. We love Kamloops. It's a beautiful town. They're great people. Their hockey team has been struggling over the last year and a half or so, but they're still in the league, and they're going to be in town on Sunday.
They're going to be in town on Sunday. They've got some firepower at the top of the lineup as well. It's a group that is, they're getting their looks in the third period, but they've had some trouble in the third period getting the puck in the back of the net. I think that's probably the biggest thing they're worried about right now is getting a full 60 minutes put together. So we've got to make sure we're playing well in those late game situations and ready to put the game away.
Any special promotion on Sunday? First of all, Sunday, I mean, it's 4 o'clock. It's a matinee.
Yep. Sunday's 4 o'clock game, another Fred Meyer Sunday Fun Day. If you got the Fred Meyer rewards card, burger basket, drink, and the ticket for $20. But it's also Mom and Son Day, so we're bringing in all the moms get in free when they bring their sons to the game, and we'll have a special group picture for all of you on the ice after the game.
I would be remiss because you and I have been visiting quite a bit over the last month or so. We haven't talked NHL hockey yet. I think the Seattle Kraken have 2 more. I think they have a preseason game tonight and 1 more later on in the week. And then they start, I think, on the 10th or 11th is when the regular season starts. Kraken, it's a new era for the Kraken. Of course, it was kind of a disappointing year last year. Dave Haxtell is gone. New coach, some front office personnel changes, new television package. They're not on Root Sports anymore. Give me your overall, because you're now a Pacific Northwesterner, buddy. Give me your thoughts on the Kraken.
No, I think it's going to be a good group this year. I think Dan Bilesma is going to do a great job with them. He won a Stanley Cup with the Pittsburgh Penguins. He's been extremely successful in the AHL with Coach Valley. So I think he's got a good group put together. What it's going to look like over the next week and a half as they make their final cuts back to the AHL, back to junior teams. I know they sent one back to Seattle and the Thunderbirds last week. So they've still got some sorting out to do as far as their lineup goes. What that's going to look like, I'm not exactly sure yet. I think a lot of people aren't, but I think it's going to be a fun group to watch here this season.
NHL overall, who do you like to take home Lord Stanley's Cup come summertime next year?
Ooh. You know, I think I'm going to go back to.
I'll put him on the spot.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to make a call on this one.
Okay, I'm writing this down.
Edmonton breaks the streak.
So Canada's going to win a Stanley Cup. Because they haven't done it since, what, the early 90s?
1993 with Montreal.
Wow. Even I knew that. So Edmonton Oilers win the Stanley Cup. There you go. Austin Andrade, October 2nd, 2024.
They got it to Game 7 last year. They've got a lot of key players in their core back this year.
And it would do wonders for the psyche of our friends in Canada to win the Stanley Cup. Enough is enough. And it's not going to be the Maple Leafs or the Canadians, and I'm all for that as well. Austin Andrade, everybody, give him a big hand. Or a moderate hand. Can you stick around for the weather?
Sure.
All right, we'll be right back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
Lifeline Ambulance has partnered with Wenatchee Valley Tech to provide EMT certification training within the high school. This opens up career opportunities in EMS, fire, and other medical fields, and gives these students a leg up when entering the workforce.
Students at Wenatchee Valley Tech, through our partnership with Lifeline Ambulance, can now earn their National Registry EMT certification.
Flessenow is a small village in Germany, the heritage home to the Bruders family. Today, the Bruders family call Leavenworth home and make award-winning wines that celebrate the American dream. New Flessenow Cellars has spectacular views anywhere around the property, so bring your friends to taste award-winning handcrafted wines and seasonal specialties. New Flessenow is perfect for any celebration. From their family to yours, stop by this weekend and experience the charm for yourself.
Hello, 3 tickets, please.
Oh, the Discovery Center is free to visit.
So you're telling me we could look at the fish for free?
Yep, that's free.
But how much is it to drive the steamboat?
Todo es gratis.
So you're telling me that we could go play on the playground?
Still free.
It's free.
Exactly. Gratis, gratis, gratis. The Discovery Center at Rocky Beach. It's free.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
Man, it's a beautiful morning. Lots of sunshine, though it hasn't warmed up at all. It's still just 48 degrees. We mentioned earlier at the start of the show how unbelievably dry the water year has been. The water year, what the National Weather Service does is their water year is actually October 1st to September 30th. And the reason that they do that is, well, I don't know why they do that. They just do it. And as you can see, we were right where we should be. The 30-year average is the red line. We're right where we should be for quite some time in October, November, December, January for what we should get for our precipitation. And then things got really dry in the spring, and then we had a bone dry summer. We had absolutely zero measurable rain in the month of July, as in none. Not a drop. We had that deluge in August, which got us up there a little bit, but we are still, look at that, minus 1.68 inches below where we should be after the end of the year, water year, which ended, of course, on Monday. But if you think we were dry, look at Ephrata. Ephrata is just insane. You look at this, you're going, how dry can it possibly be out in the Columbia Basin? Really dry. Ephrata had the same thing going that we did. They were right where they should be, right along the 30-year average until along came spring, and then look at that long green line that does not go up at all. That means no measurable rain for months at a time out in Ephrata. Are you kidding me? 2.1 or 2.35 or something like that. I can't read it. They're just dry. It's just been really, really dry, and that continues. And this drought is now almost entering its 3rd year. We need the rain, and guess what the forecast has from the National Weather Service? No rain. Nah, sorry. Sunshine today, high of 67. It is going to be breezy. We're still under the influence of that cold front that rolled through yesterday afternoon. It looked like we were going to get some rain. It never actually developed. It's going to be breezy. Northwest wind about 10 to 18 miles an hour. And again, we'll top off about 67. 41 for the overnight low. A little breezy again tonight. That 41-degree mark is pretty chilly. Our normal overnight low is about 47 or 48. So it is going to be cool in the evening hours. 68 on Thursday. No wind at all. Very pleasant. Thursday night, 43 for the overnight low. Friday afternoon, things get cattywampus. Friday during the morning, things will be nice and sunny, and then a rather robust, and I mean a rather robust cold front will start rolling in Friday afternoon and Friday night. If you're going to the football game, any football game on Friday night, not just Kashmir, be prepared for some serious wind. It's going to be very windy on Friday afternoon and Friday night, and especially out in the Columbia Basin. Heads up there, and then the cold front leaves overnight Friday into Saturday. Look at that. Sunshine at 70 on Saturday, 74 Sunday, 78 on Monday, 76 on Tuesday. As we used to say in Top 40 radio, the hits just keep on coming. Austin, thanks for hanging around, and thanks for coming in live at the last minute. I know that was a kind of a cattywampus thing for you. All right, that's it for us. Have a good and safe Wednesday. We will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.